Hello, so right now we're going to talk about this company called Asignio. We're going to analyze exactly how it does its business. So without further ado, here's the overview of the talk. First, we're going to go over what exactly Asignio is. Next, we're going to go over the lean business model canvas that it implements. And finally, we're going to talk about the value proposition design of the company. So what exactly is Asignio? Well, Asignio is a biometric security company started and currently run by Kyle Rutherford. And what it does is it's a web-based sign-in verification service. So essentially any sign-in service that requires password protection or identity verification, this is what it's targeted towards. So why is this better than any other service? Well, this incorporates biometrics and context analysis within its verification algorithm. So when you are prompted for verification, you sign your signature and it analyzes the way in which you handwrite it to verify that it's actually you. In addition to this, in the background, it's actually taking an image from your selfie camera and verifying your face. If that weren't redundant enough, they are currently also working on intent recognition and outlier detection to further reduce the threat of hackers logging into your account. In the future, when camera features or handwriting features aren't available, they'll use some other biometrics such as voice or fingerprinting or another method in order to have triple redundancy during verification. So right now we're going to go over the lean canvas model, which essentially is a tool used by businesses to evaluate how exactly how profitable they can be. And this is a tool that's adopted from the business model canvas, and this tool is much more suited for startups than established companies. So we're not exactly going to go in order from left to right here. We're going to go and first go over what exactly this company provides, and then we're going to move to some of the key metrics, and finally we're going to go over some of the finance of the company. So just know that we're not going to go from left to right from this point on. So first we're going to go over what exactly the business targets from customers. Really, we're targeting large corporations here that require secure sign-in, such as banks, governments, and so on. The users of this app, though, would be just regular people who are customers of these enterprises that require, secure sign-in. So this would be a win-win for both the customer corporations and the users. Some early adopters of this would be current traditional authentication users such as password, Face ID, fingerprint, and we'll see why this product generalizes to a bigger audience and is also more secure. Next, we're going to go over what problems this company tackles. First, many of the existing verification systems are text-based only, such as password, and if there's two-factor authentication, there's also text. However, these channels can be hacked very easily or brute force guessed. So essentially, as a solution of this, this company offers a biometric and interactive verification, which is much more secure because it's based on your face and your signature, which is better than a variable length character input. So next up, we're going to talk about unique value proposition, exactly like how this company is different from others, why it's compelling. So first of all, this service is cross-platform because it's web-based. So essentially any device that has access to internet browsing can use it. So not platform dependent like app-based development or PC, Mac. It's not bound by any of that. It's a web technology. Second of all, it's extremely easy to use. You simply sign it and you're done. Essentially, it could be even faster than typing in your password in many cases. Third, it's extremely secure, as in it uses two-factor and redundant biometrics to verify who you are. So Some unfair advantages for this business, again, is it uses cutting edge machine learning technology to verify your identity. It's also ubiquitous in the way that it's cross platform and web based. Next up, we're going to go over channels, how we're going to reach our customers, how we make money, and how the company, some costs that are incurred. So for marketing, it's pretty straightforward. Um, since this is more targeted towards corporations, this company would have to not rely on friend to friend, peer to peer action, more marketing directly to these companies and relying on our PR to get their way through it. Next up would be the cost structure. Again, as mentioned before, a lot of the costs initially would have to go to marketing, getting the word out. Some other costs would be salaries for software engineers, machine learning engineers, and third would have to be data handling, essentially cloud-based services that could handle user verification data and provide services to everybody. So revenue streams is also pretty straightforward in this case, given the customer segment. Um, Revenue streams would be subscription fees, charging companies monthly, weekly for usage at a flat rate, or also in the case of financial institutions, this company could charge a small cut for every verification that is done, which an example would be 0.1%, which seems extremely small, but given the large volume of transactions, could end up becoming a large stream of revenue. So, how exactly would key metrics for how the business is doing? How is it evaluated? Well, there's a number of corporate contracts, the number of unique weekly users, and the number of user accounts could give a general trend, a general idea of how well the company is growing, and essentially comparing it to growth goals and exactly what how the market is doing and the share of the market. So finally, we're going to go over the value proposition design, which essentially just tries to match the services that we bring to the gains, the pains, and what the customers want. So again, the customers' jobs, what the customers want is a secure login service um, where it's not easily hackable and where individual identity can be clearly identified. So the pains of this would be unsecure logins, security breaches, people snooping around other people's accounts where you don't want them to. Um, how our service would help. Basically, it would remove all customer pains and truly provide a cutting edge method to log in. So with that said, thank you for listening. More information can be found at the Asignio webpage or the CEO's LinkedIn.